All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. Link for the memberships right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption of Definitive Black Manhood, designed by the General strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview just by clicking that link over in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Hebrew Roundtable live stream where the brothers meet once a week, discussing very vital, very powerful, important information pertinent to our growth and development. Get on over there, check out that course, and become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get on over there. Check out that catalog. Get a discount, shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, Seti University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General, Omega Voyages of the Nile, when Kemet ruled the earth, the Black Woman is God, the making of the white man, Freemasonry exposed, hip-hop, Holocaust, Black Illuminati, and so much, much more. Is not another website nowhere on the planet that could compare, compete, become a member today. And everybody know General Seti popping on Patreon. We got that fire dropping today. We got the seven sanctuaries of the Abydos Temple, the spiritual stargates to the constellations of chaos. Man, this is powerful, man. They got seven holy of holies in this temple, the only temple in Egypt, man. And when you go in them, the doors is at the end of these holy of holies. And we ain't playing no games here. The doors that go into the netherworld is in the holy of holies. So this is an amazing, amazing presentation. You most definitely want to be in the house to see it. Also, we got the ancient Egypt military colony. Let me get this one out of here first. Bingo. Here we go. Ancient Egypt military colony of Mother Ethiopia. That's going to be powerful too. Going down today. Click the link at the top of the chat. Be in the house. Make sure you, to all the family out there, donated. Thank you. Those would like to donate. The link is in the chat. Appreciate you very much. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti, Black Power Cartel. Rock that notification bell. Give the video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, we got to deal with this, man, where, scientists have found cocaine in the hair, nicotine in the hair of ancient Egyptian mummies that wasn't supposed to have been in this part of the world at that time. You see, so they, doing, the toxicology tests or whatever it is, that you perform, they trying to break the, get some DNA and they could tell but with that hair, that's why a lot of times when you take, drug tests and shit and this, that, they get in that hair because it stay there longer. You feel what I'm saying? Stay there a lot longer. And so, it's an enigma to them, but it's not an enigma to me because it's very clear that they had been over here. And see, there's actual evidence backing up what we saying. because the reality is they saying the only way you can get the cocaine is come to America. That's and I believe tobacco too. You see, you had to come here to get it. Period. There is no evidence that they got the no cocaine, and I don't know if they got it growing now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're growing it in other places in the world now, but but that was the original source of the cocaine and the nicotine. You see, and so so it was this had come out, and I remember Ivan Van Sertima had already been talking about that. Yeah, Peru, yeah, yeah. I remember Ivan Van Sertima had been talking about that. So that's heavy evidence. That's heavy evidence. Somebody making some trips. You feel me? Somebody making some trips to come over here. So let's start with we'll start with this one, the Joe Rogan one, and see what they say.
Cocaine, hashish,
nicotine. Okay. German toxicologist Svetlana Balabanova discovered traces of cocaine, hashish, and nicotine on Hanut Tawi's hair.
Hashish too. So they was on them trees. Yeah, they was over here hashishing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they was. I mean, shit. They was probably doing rituals and shit and this, that, and the third, or just casually blowing a tree. You know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So yeah, they had it. And that ain't nothing for you niggas to encourage, man. They ain't, the ancient Egyptians did it. I'm a nigga. Okay, that ain't just the job, but this is only verifying that they've been here. You know what I'm saying? This is not to justify no addiction or nothing, to no goddamn, some destructive goddamn, if they used it for medicine. And I know our people, because we didn't see, our people was building. Ain't no way they could have did that if they was addicts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, it's very all they do is go in with the leaves and, that shit be like real resin and sticky, and they get that shit on their hands and shit and ball that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit, you crumble that shit up. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Believe it. And so, yeah. So I don't want y'all to be, our people was building civilization, so they probably was using it for medicine and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. You use it for medicine and shit, and I mean, and you got some hashish and shit. Motherfucker probably trying to go through a portal and shit. It's been here. You feel me? So, but the fact that's very interesting that that they were able, that they had this in their blood. They had it in their hair. You feel me?
As well as in the hair of several other mummies of the museum, which is significant that the only source for cocaine and nicotine had at that time been considered to be the cocoa and tobacco plants native to the Americas, and were not thought to have been present in Africa until after Columbus' voyage to the Americas. The result was interpreted by theorists.
Yeah, let me run this second one too.
While examining ancient Egyptian mummies, traces of cocaine and nicotine. But here's the problem. According to mainstream historians, these substances only come from plants found in the Americas. And the Egyptians lived thousands of years before any known contact between the continents. In the 1990s, Dr. Svetlana Balabanova led
no, to your ass. They keep saying any motherfucker, you can't speak for everybody. Known before any known contact, known for your ass. We knew. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Ooh, y'all was where y'all when I was in we used to smoke hash coated with open. Y'all, where was you at? Where y'all was in Vietnam, Ray? Where y'all was doing that over in Vietnam? Y'all was getting fried. I already know. I hear them stories about you was in Korea, same. Yeah, I believe because I hear stories like that and niggas went to Vietnam and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was over there getting fried. God damn, y'all was getting that boy, y'all was getting that A Yoda. You feel me? Y'all was on y'all was on y'all was on that octane. Yeah, they was on that octane over on that motherfucker. They was on premium for real. Yeah, but so it been throughout the world a long time. You see what I'm saying? It been out the world through it. That don't, like I say, but this is not for nobody to, you know what I'm saying? Leave that shit alone. Now, if you break your leg and shit, or you break a bone and shit, and you got some motherfucking pain, that's something different. If you need it for medication and shit, you know what I'm saying? But even then, you got to be careful with that shit because it's highly addictive. You know what I'm saying? And so motherfuckers, sometimes people get injuries and they end up with a motherfucking addiction because the shit's so painful. Motherfuckers had to take goddamn pain, pills with all type of, heroin and morphine and all that shit, opium and shit and all that. And motherfucker end up with a goddamn addiction. So you have to be careful. But yeah, they didn't found it and that verifies a lot of shit. So that even then, when motherfuckers keep talking about even I just got to say what it is because a lot of people keep saying that that we indigenous and we are indigenous, but I mean the Africans was coming over here, nonstop. Even if a motherfucker was a population, this was the goddamn it, you was mixing in. Ain't no way you could tell when some people was coming over here indefinitely. You see what I'm saying? Africans was touching down over here indefinitely. Period. You see? You know what I'm saying? So ain't no goddamn trying to say, you been cut off and ain't no you African. You can't trace all the, you African. You just might be, your land where you were the predominant people that, populated the land, but your peoples was continuing indefinitely to come across the water, come over here, have families and mix in and, and the original stock came from Africa and they came over here as pioneers, came over here to a landmass, maybe 10,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago, and established colonies over here. But I mean, we were a global people. We traded on a global scale. That's evident. You see motherfuckers come over here, get cane, had cocaine and nicotine. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna mistake cocaine. You ain't gonna mistake nicotine. You feel me? So I've been told motherfuckers that. Been told them. Ivan Van Sertima told them. Runoko Rashidi told them. It's all type of scholars didn't say that. You can't get away from evidence like that. That's scientific. You feel me? The people go do the science. They don't know what the fuck gonna pop up. They don't know what the fuck gonna pop up. So there it is. They found it in a few mummies. They found, but that just it's heavier. It's that just one evidence on tons of evidence that prove it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's tons of evidence to prove that the Egyptians was over here and that the Olmecs was dealing with a technology. They got blocks and shit where they cut the motherfucker just like Egypt. It just ain't no, and we talking about, you talking about 100-ton blocks. You see what I'm saying? I do megalithic studies. It's not too many people in the world that cut megalithic blocks zigzag, where you got like puzzle blocks and shit. Where how you get a puzzle and the motherfuckers be all different type of sizes and shit, but they, the puzzle pieces fit in like that. It's only a few places in the world, man, that's cutting megalithic stones like puzzle blocks and shit and fitting them motherfuckers together like that. You feel what I'm saying? This is a technology in Egypt. They mastered it. I mean, you see it all over Egypt, but you see it down in South America, even that ball back. You know what I'm saying? And man, that damn temple up there, and I'm gonna do that temple. That temple up there in I think it's Lebanon. Say coconut shavings in Egypt. If coconut shavings yeah, if it's that cane, yeah, that's what it is. That's what they had up there. Yeah, it was in the hair. Somebody was in there. You understand? Yeah, them motherfuckers was in there partying, and they needed medicine or something. You understand what I'm saying? If that's what he's saying, if that's the coconut shaving, goddamn it, somebody had a half a O up in ancient Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody had one of them 8 balls up there. Motherfucker had an 8 ball up there, motherfucker, in the 18th dynasty. But you know, there's a whole lot of evidence that, you know, prove, you know, that that the Africans have been coming in. So I had to do the research. What dynasty that individual they claimed, you know, they didn't claim, they did it. They did the fucking research. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna look at what dynasty that was. But again, I was dealing. Oh, Baalbek, that damn temple up there in Lebanon, man. And they admitted it that the Egyptians, you know, were the architects on that. Man, the blocks on that motherfucker is immense. It's immense. Man, that's a fucking, I mean, you know, you had to see that motherfucker, man. The blocks on that motherfucker is like, man, humongous. You feel what I'm saying? You talking about thousands, some of them 1,000 tons. You see? Yeah, say that I can't feel my face. Yeah, that's what the records say. So you know, we're gonna continue to do that's it. That's the only people that build it. Take man, listen here. It take hundreds of thousands of years to develop megalithic structures. It take hundreds of thousands of years. That pyramid in Egypt is 1,000,000 years worth of architectural evolution. See, that's why they can do the alien shit, because they do not want to give our people the credit that is rightfully theirs. We've been on this planet evolving in with high intelligence for millions of years. You know, even if we started, you know, and we weren't, you know, but we had developed up to that level. You understand? That ain't beyond us. We continue to be great. You see? So we ain't falling for all that alien bullshit. We know we put it together. You know, because the crazy shit that they don't talk about, and which is very valuable, and I'm gonna finish this video now, is that when our people, the Egyptians, the Nubians, all the same people, okay, you know, South, it's just saying South and North. You see, it ain't really even racial. It just is more, it's South and North. You feel what I'm saying? You know, what was my thought? God damn it, I lost my damn thought. What was I talking about? It'll come back to me. But anyway, our people have been evolving for millions of goddamn years. And so, you know, we're not falling for none of that alien shit. Yeah. No, I don't even listen to Billy Carson. I don't listen to Silly Billy. Silly Billy and Baalbek. Yeah, but Baalbek, most definitely, man, it fit right into Egypt. But we were saying, about megalithic structure, that it take hundreds of thousands of years, but the pyramid is most definitely 1,000,000 years of evolution. Most definitely. There's no damn doubt about it. Let's finish this.
Research that revealed this shocking find. Her study raised questions that historians and scientists are still debating today. So how did they get there? Was there an ancient trade route we've never known about? Or could modern contamination be the real explanation? Either way, it's a mystery that's left experts stumped. What do you think?
Hey, Lewis, whatever your name is, Billy Carson said anybody that believe a man saying that some aliens have been shaking motherfucking humans and animals up in a miracle whip jar, creating hybrids. If you believe that motherfucker, you understand what I'm saying? You need to run right on downtown and check into the nearest psychiatric ward and tell them you crazy than a motherfucker. You see, you done lost your mind and you need medication and a straitjacket. That's what you tell them. Say, I believe what Billy Carson told me, that some aliens came out the sky, and that's all you had to do. I tell you what, and all you had to do is go down there and stand outside one of them psychiatric wards, and tell them what Billy Carson said, and they come outside. They say, "What you doing out here? Are you a patient?" "No, I'm not a patient." "Well, what you doing over here?" "Oh, I'm talking to some Anunnakis. And they created me, and they created me and you 2,000 years ago. They're gonna be waving their peoples out like one of these motherfuckers then broke out the goddamn psychiatric hospital. Call the peoples out here. We need them motherfucking, what they call them, the security, to come out here and bum rush your ass. You stand out. All you have to do is go out to any psychiatric hospital and stand outside and motherfucker come out and say, "Sir, you need anything?" "No, I'm just sitting here. I'm talking to the Anunnaki." Before you know it, they're going to have your ass on the gurney and they're going to be pulling them straps on your ass. Cold one, roll this nigga back upstairs. You sound like somebody crazy than a motherfucker talking about some goddamn Anunnaki came down and mixed the motherfucker with a monkey and here we is today. Yeah, that's what he said, that the Anunnaki put some of their DNA in a monkey. Nigga, you own cocaine. Yeah, nigga, you own some hashish. You own some motherfucking obi. God damn. Yeah. Go on down there and talk that goddamn Billy Carson shit down there at the psychiatric hospital. Yeah, they say, we got another one. We'll check him on in. Yeah, run his paperwork on there. We'll take him on up now. Get that straitjacket and take his ass upstairs. Y'all motherfuckers crazy as hell. We got two more family. We're gonna keep it moving. We're not done with this. We're gonna come back. We're gonna get some more information on this. And any what's that? There he is. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, True Killer, he down. Is that True Killer? Yeah, True Killer down. Which one of them say? Well, tell silly Billy Carson he come over here any day he want. Yeah, what they call him, Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, Buzz Lightyear. Silly Billy Carson, aka Buzz Lightyear. You know what I'm saying? All right, family, I'll be right back. This is General Sarasun Seti. Click that link up there, Patreon. We got that fire today. We got a couple more. We're gonna keep it moving, family. I want to touch on some shit now. So I want you to be right black. This is General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that. Who created the crystal skulls, champ? I don't know, family. I don't know. They got some hardware. Whoever did it, they got some hardware. You say, who did it? You say, did the Anunnaki do it? Maybe the Anunnaki did it. Maybe the motherfucking Namor up under the water. I was just watching, what was that? What was that? Was that not, it wasn't Namor, the Submariner. I was watching that last night. Maybe he created that motherfucker. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe Scooby-Doo made them motherfuckers. I don't know. You see, but whatever they did, they had to have some high technology to cut their goddamn crystal. Now I do know that that they had to have some serious technology, and maybe we'll do this crystal skulls. I don't know, family. But I don't. Just because we don't know, that don't mean we got the first place we go is outer space. Just because we don't know, that don't mean the first place we got to go is outer space. You know, as soon as a motherfucker don't know something, they go straight, they go straight to the Anunnaki, man. The Anunnaki did it. It's a motherfucker got some tools. You understand what I'm saying? For real. We'll get it. We'll touch on the crystal skull. All right, family. I'll be right back. This is General Sarasun Seti. Arm yourself with knowledge. Get on over there to Patreon. Click that link and I'll be right back. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.